The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. This is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports talk radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go Inside the Cave.
A lot to get into today inside the cave. Good morning, 7 o'clock, Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. John Roberts, I'm Ian Wendt. Thanks for tuning in here inside the cave. I mean, we got local high school sports, NBA, NHL, Tigers, NFL times 3 or 4. I mean, we're talking
big pro football day.
Big pro football day.
Starts tomorrow.
Chiefs,
it's
Texans.
like Christmas Eve.
It is Christmas Eve. So let's not dilly-dally. Let's get right to it.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
That's right. I said dilly-dally. Will the Adrian Maples and Tecumseh Indians get to play each other this football season? Well, unless something changes, and we should know very soon, right now, as it stands, the game will not happen. Tecumseh coach Greg Dolson speaking with WLEN Sports Director Steve Barkway.
Because we're in the SEC, we have some ties with the Ann Arbor schools, and they have not yet committed to playing football yet. So another school in that situation is Monroe High School. So if they drop out football for the season, we have to realign our schedule. So we'll know a little bit more. But if our schedule stands the way it is, we have Jackson on the road and we have Pinckney on the road. So we went from having 5 home games this year to now we're going to have 2 home games. The unfortunate thing is we really got our fingers crossed here. Not that I want Ann Arbor to drop out, but we will not get to play Adrian this year because it was going to be week 2. So we're really kind of hoping that the SEC can work something out to where not only us but all the schools in the SEC can have an opportunity to play the rivalry school, because that's something that we're going to lose. And I would think that Adrian would say the same thing, just because how important a football game it is to both communities, and to not have it because we couldn't work something out scheduling-wise is, hopefully we can get that done.
Tecumseh football coach Greg Dolson, a decision could come as early as today or tomorrow. What will happen to the SEC football schedule? High school football teams will open their season with Week 4. That means the first ever matchup between the Maples and Trojans from Madison will have to wait. Madison head coach Taz Wallace says his team will open with Whiteford. He highlighted some of his key returners.
We have Isaiah Casares returning down in the backfield for us. Max Pelpinch returning. We got a lot of younger guys returning too that should have an impact, on the season. And, we look forward to having them. Ryan Fisher's returning from at the defensive end spot, all-league player, good football player, good kid, high energy. So, yeah, we have a lot of kids that, we feel confident in. And, we're going to go out and prepare them so that the kids can, have an opportunity to be successful.
And that was Madison coach Taz Wallace. We will be hearing more from coaches leading up to opening games a week from this Friday. I repeat, a week from this Friday.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Tigers, they pulled within 1 game of the New York Yankees for the final postseason spot in the American League after an 8-3 win over Milwaukee. Spencer Turnbull allowed 3 hits in 6 scoreless innings. The Tigers broke the game open with 5 runs in the 5th. Turnbull struck out 3 and walked 3. Jeimer Candelario homered and drove in 4 runs, and a key hit in the 5th blew the game open.
Bonifacio at the plate. First pitch and swinging a line drive. Base hit into right field. Cabrera's in. They're waving Candelario around third, and he will score without a throw. Bonifacio jumps on the first pitch. Another 2-run single. 6-0 Tigers here in the fifth.
Well, all that good did come with some bad. Second baseman Jonathan Scope, who led Detroit with 8 homers, he left the game with a right wrist contusion after being hit by a pitch in the fourth. So no Jones, right now no Scope.
The Brewers are out to get our hitters.
I'd
That's
say
both
so.
of them.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
It's not good. Not good. The Tigers then made a roster move. Outfielder Kristen Stewart, he's been sent back to Toledo. The Tigers will make a corresponding move today, possibly to call up either Riley Green, Daz Cameron, or another prospect. Stu, just 2 for 17, his last 7 contests for Detroit. So the bat's starting to cool down.
Cool off.
For Kristen Stewart. Michigan State Athletics, with 12 Spartan athletes who tested positive for the coronavirus during testing from August 29th to Sunday, the Spartans athletic department had just 2 positive tests the previous week. Detroit Lions have released jersey numbers for several players, including recently signed Adrian Peterson and their top draft pick, Jeff Okudah. Peterson will wear number 28, Okudah 30. Their running back projected to be in the running for NFL Rookie of the Year, DeAndre Swift, will wear 32. Detroit opens up the season Sunday at 1 against the Bears at Ford Field.
And you can hear that game right here on 96.5 The Cave.
That you can. Tune in, pregame show, then the kickoff at 1.
Yes.
USA Today, they've released their power rankings. We'll do that a little bit later in the show, but no surprises at the top, really. Chiefs, Ravens, Saints, 49ers, and the Titans round out the top 5. Maybe some
surprises.
with 5. Yeah, the next group of 5, Steelers, I'll take that. Colts, Bucks, Packers, and Bills. The Vikings are 14th. Odd. The Lions are 20th and the Bears 28th. The Jaguars rounding out the bottom of the NFL. John, we might need to check that out.
Yeah, we're going to have to
Today's doing.
Critique their work compared to ours.
Yeah, exactly. One more story here in the headlines this morning. Leaders in 6 state legislators in the Big Ten footprint have sent a letter to Commissioner Kevin Warren asking the conference to reconsider its decision to cancel the fall football season. The letter is written on the letterhead of Michigan State House Speaker Lee Chatfield and also signed by State House leaders from Iowa, Minnesota, Ohio, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. The Big Ten and Warren in particular have received strong pushback since the conference announced that university presidents voted to push back football and other fall sports till the second semester because of the pandemic. Meanwhile, Baylor became the 3rd Big 12 team to postpone its scheduled season opener this week because of the virus. The Bears were supposed to open at home Saturday against Louisiana Tech, but the visiting school announced that it would not be able to play because a number of their positive tests. So that's it for our sports update here this morning. We'll have another one at 8 o'clock. So that's that.
That is that.
So, Adrian Maples.
Yes.
Tecumseh Indians. John, you're our insider for Adrian Athletics. I'm sorry, but you're it.
Okay.
No one knows him better than you.
Well,
inside and out.
No one around here, maybe.
True. Right. Yeah. On the show. All right. Little caveat there. I know there's people out there going, hey, I work there.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. For the show's sake, John's our guy. Do you think you heard from Tecumseh coach Greg Dolson. Number one, do you think there's a chance Ann Arbor schools do not play? And number two, do you think the Maples and Indians could play?
I think those questions kind of go hand in hand, Ian. Right now, if everything holds where everyone plays, the schedules are kind of set. I mean, the MHSAA has come out and said you start with week 4 and you play out the rest of your schedule. So unless I think that scenario happens where the 3 Ann Arbor schools and potentially Monroe were to drop out. I don't see the game happening if everything stays status quo. And certainly as Coach Dolson said, it's a rivalry game, and it would be tough to lose that game for both schools. But I just don't see it happening. I think that every move in the schedule creates another domino that falls, and it just could end up being a series of moves that how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go with the scheduling, and then does it start to impact other schools outside of the SEC when you get around to, say, week 9? There's some ways that maybe you could slide some of the early games that got canceled into your week 9 as a non-conference game if you had to. But I don't know. I would say it's probably no better than 50-50 that they play, and that might be optimistic.
So I think those are all really good points. I'm not sure, there is a chance Ann Arbor and Monroe schools out and they don't play.
Right.
But looking at the divisions in the SEC,
right,
there's the red and the white.
Right.
Adrian and Tecumseh are both in the white.
Yes.
You're only playing, 6 games this year? 5? You're playing 5, right?
6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Why can't you adjust your schedule where you play white division schools, and then the red can play the red division schools?
You could, but now you're telling all those schools that you had games against in week 9, go find another game. So you're breaking contracts.
Well, it's 2020. I can't, wasn't there a quote contract to play Madison? If you're
there is, but every contract has, I guess, every contract is through the MHSA, number one, and every contract, of course, has cancellation clauses for example, if the season is canceled, if acts of God, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So yes, there were contracts, and yes, could those schools that everybody has scheduled week 9 outside of the SEC find other games? I don't know. I think it's a scenario you want to try to avoid if at all possible, especially if you're playing them more than 1 year, because you don't want to tick off someone you've signed a 2-year or 4-year contract with.
Right.
Now, the easy out on that is, hey, our conference said this is what we're doing. And we were in that scenario
some pull.
Right.
Okay.
We were in that scenario, for example, when Jackson and Pinckney joined the league. We had to tell some people that we were playing non-league at the time, hey, we can't renew because we're adding 2 more conference games, and everybody understands that when a conference changes, that kind of, you have to play the schools in your conference. Could they do it? Yes. And you drop the crossover game, which is week 8. We play Ann Arbor Huron. You could drop week 9, which right now is Birch Run for Adrian. I'm not sure who Tecumseh plays week 9. It's usually Airport or Milan or one of those schools.
Okay.
So yeah, you could, but the risk in doing that is, does it burn a bridge for a school that either you've played for a long time, week 9? Maybe they say, well, the heck with you. If it's not a conference decision. If the schools just say, hey, we're going to drop you because we'd rather play Tecumseh instead, let's say, if Adrian were to call somebody, that might be a game you need in a different time, and they're going to say, well, you messed us up before. Why would we play you again? So it could
Right.
create some hard feelings, I guess.
Okay.
So
Is that a crazy thing to throw out there then? So
No,
we have
well, no.
So there's a crossover game. Oh, what week is that?
8.
8, and then a non-conference week 9.
Correct.
But the rest
We're-
except
right.
week 1.
2 through 7 would have been the division games had you played the full schedule.
Okay. To me, it would make sense. Number one, 2020, you can fill in the blank, has been a whatever. Everything's up in the air. We're
Sure.
adding teams to the NFL playoffs. Everyone's going to make high school football playoffs.
Sure.
So, in my mind, if I'm one of these SEC schools, especially one like Adrian or Tecumseh, I'd want to stay in division. And then you talk about travel. That's a big deal.
Sure.
Do you want to go to Ann Arbor, Washtenaw County, to play all these games? No,
Well,
not really.
The
If you're
beauty
worried
is
about that.
travel really for Adrian is not an issue this year, as 5 of their 6 games will be at home.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So John Kane is not going to have to go very far to. They make
Oh, it
one.
worked out well for him. huh?
One week they go to Jackson. That's their only away game as the schedule works out with the
Oh,
because they were very heavy away games. I think maybe their first 3 were away.
in my defense, I was looking for the schedule. I couldn't find it.
Oh,
Was it on the high school website?
yeah. If you go
Oh.
to the MHSA, that's
They
a
didn't.
lot of time. Because my guess is a lot of schools took their fall schedules down off their websites when.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want people going, hey, you're supposed to have a soccer game here today. Well, we're not playing soccer right now. So they probably just went and pulled them all down because with reschedules and everything, the schedules wouldn't make sense. So
Yeah.
my guess is most schools this week will have their revised schedules up on their websites.
Yeah, a week ago we were playing spring football.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So-
Exactly. So why have that football schedule up there when it could look totally different in the spring?
Man, what a crummy outcome. We were talking off the air or during one of the off the air. We didn't have a break yet.
No.
But wasn't part of, in a way, scheduling Adrian Tecumseh that early is what if we need to stop the season halfway through
Yeah.
with the pandemic?
Yeah.
So
I
we
think
schedule that week 2. Hopefully we can get that in. The Big Ten was doing that with Ohio State, Michigan.
right.
They had
right.
it bumped up. And now you don't even get to play it.
Right.
Normally a game that's, middle of the season, end of the year, you're likely not going to get to play. That's just another casualty. You'll take it, I guess. You're playing football,
Yeah.
but it's going to be weird.
Yeah, and you wonder how many other rivalry games across Michigan were lost. I mean, sometimes you see some of these schools, they play their rivals week 1 to open the season. So those games, if you played a rivalry game week 1, that's probably lost for this year. But I guess I understand what the MHSA did, because I think if you don't say we're going to play from week 4 on, you might set off a massive chain reaction of people rescheduling games, and then all of a sudden someone doesn't have 6 games because no one wants to play them, and
Instead of
it
creating
probably
a new
was
schedule,
right.
what you're
It was
saying?
probably the simplest thing for them to say was we're going to start here and just play the schedule out. So what does that mean for, say, the SEC White? Who's the division champs? Well, if the 2 best teams don't end up playing each other, not just in the SEC but in a league, conceivably, could you have co-champs for a year? Yeah, but you could have that any other year too.
True.
I mean, so we'll see.
So right now, you think it's about 50-50 that
At
Adrian gets to
best.
play Tecumseh?
At best, yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's even optimistic.
Man, could you, I don't know what leeway the MHSAA is giving these schools, but, let's say Tecumseh and Adrian talk to the Birch Runs.
And
whoever
and they decide
Tecumseh
you,
gets, and they
you
say-
could do that, I suppose.
Because I would think they would want to play maybe their rival. Maybe they got.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. But again,
I'm trying to make this work.
Sure,
it's
I
great
get you.
radio, and it's what the community wants.
Sure.
I'm being Mr. Optimistic.
Yeah,
Normally I'm pessimistic. You know, the Tigers suck, the Lions suck, but I want them to play. It's a great opportunity. You always bring up the seniors.
Sure,
they want to play.
Sure,
coaches want to play. You heard Coach Dolson. They want to play.
Yeah. Well, this will be old school, back to the days before 2000 where we didn't play Tecumseh, I guess. It's like a throwback year.
Yeah. Yes. We got to go to break pretty soon here. We have a lot to get to today on the show. But before that, I do want to give it a minute or so to talk about Taz Wallace with Madison.
Yeah.
It was in the sports update, but he's back.
He is
to coach Madison. What are your thoughts on that? Were they stuck?
Well,
kind of with that. What does Taz do?
Yeah, I think knowing Taz like I do, he didn't want to put Madison in a bad spot when football got moved back to the fall. There would have been no time to do a real coaching search to hire his replacement. So I think he thought, I got to do this and step back in. I think when he stepped away and he kept saying it was time, if football's going to be in the spring, this was going to be my last year anyways. In his own mind, he knew that. So I'm gonna step away now so that they have all fall and winter to do a coaching search and interviews and everything, and do it the right way and hire a replacement, as opposed to waiting until the spring and then all of a sudden. So I think the timing of it worked out where he could coach again. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised then again at the end of the season if he steps down, and now they have all winter to hire a coach for next fall. So I think he did the school right by coming back, and I think that was important to him. I'm not saying he did the school wrong resigning when he did. No, I don't want that to be, because I don't believe that about Taz.
No, and I don't know the process.
Right.
That's not what I do.
Yeah, generally hiring a high school football coach is a pretty involved process.
Yeah, and the relationship,
it's one that a
with
lot
the
of
two
people want to be involved with. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. Was there someone else in line? Was there an interim maybe on the staff?
Maybe.
That would be my only thing with it is, all right, you said you were done. This is your time.
Right. Well,
if we don't get anyone hired, this is our interim coach.
Right. And maybe if the AD goes to the coaching staff and says, who wants to do this, maybe no one said, that's not what because a lot of their coaches aren't on staff. They don't teach there, and they work other jobs. And, that can be tough to be a head coach and not be in the building.
I'm going to guess that was a big part of it.
Sure. Oh,
good point. Really good point. See, that's the high school insider.
There you go.
John Roberts.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. On the other side of it, we're talking NBA, NHL, power rankings. Here, inside the Cave, John Roberts and Ian Wendt on 96.5 The Cave, 965thecave.com.
Hey, Natasha, that sounds familiar. Could you be attending Hospice of Lenawee's amazing Throwdown Road Rally on October 3rd?
I need to get out and have fun. I'll get to drive my own car, solve clues with my friends. I'm there. Can you give me some hints?
No, but I can tell you that Old National Bank is the Throwdown Master sponsor, that it will start at 4 p.m. and will finish with an amazing drive-through dinner.
Where will it start and where will it end? I feel like I've said those words before.
Purchase your ticket and you will be given your start location, but you won't know where it ends until you solve your final clue.
Story of my life. How much are tickets?
$50 per person. That includes the road rally, dinner, and more.
More?
There will be an opportunity to support online as well. Just check our website at hospiceoflenawee.org for details.
I got this. Call Hospice of Lenawee at 517-263-2323 for tickets and choose your team members.
I can't wait to see you at the final stop.
I'll be there.
Working with people who need assistance, be it the elderly or those with medical issues, takes a very special person. Someone who is compassionate and caring. Are you that person? If you are, Hillsdale County Medical Care Facility wants to talk to you. This is a 5-star rated facility and they are hiring. They have openings for LPN and RN positions. They offer tuition reimbursement and a signing bonus. Work full-time or part-time in a facility rated by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best nursing homes in 2019. Visit hillsdalemedicalcare.org.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half-century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Nagypel.
And I'm Lisa Weddle, and we're the new owners of Noggle Heating and Cooling.
I've been away for a while, but I'm excited to be back.
That's right. We're thrilled to offer Jim's extensive experience in heating, cooling, and plumbing back to this community.
We'll continue to service all brands of heating and cooling units, but we proudly sell Lennox, and we are your local Carrier dealer.
Please visit us at 1108 West Chicago Boulevard in Tecumseh, or give us a call at 423-3121.
We all know that Salsarias has fantastic authentic Mexican dishes like the signature Baja chicken salad and the queso blanco. What you might not know is they do catering platters for offices, schools, and events that they will deliver. Holy guacamole! Salsarias is open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m. for inside and patio dining as well as for carryout. Find specials on Facebook. Call 423-0018 to order or come in and enjoy a beverage from their full bar along with a great lunch or dinner in downtown Tecumseh at Salsarias.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
The Springs BP on West US 223 near Onstead Highway is your locally owned one-stop convenience store. The Springs BP Beer Cave is fully stocked and has a huge selection of craft beer along with all of the standards. If you're looking for something a little different, they have a variety of prepared cocktails and drink mixes plus state minimum prices on their huge selection of liquor. The Springs BP also has propane tank exchanges, fishing licenses, and bait. So if you're headed to the lake for the weekend or just heading home, make sure you stop and shop at the Springs BP.
High school sports. Nobody covers it better in Lenawee than 96.5 The Cave.
Welcome back. It's 7:28, Wednesday, September 9th. You're inside the cave. I'm rocking out to my
You are.
air
You had
guitar.
a little air band going over there on the other side of the glass.
Ready to go.
You are. You're fired up.
You put together a schedule today.
I did.
We're going to stick to it.
Because I wanted to make sure we got all this stuff in.
There's so much.
There
We got
is.
Sports are back.
Yes.
So this is going to be what the show is like from here on out for the foreseeable future. I mean,
we're going to run
your
out of
seatbelt.
time talking about sports.
Yeah.
Don't you think? We
Sure.
are.
We've had that earlier this summer.
Yeah.
I mean, buckle your seatbelt. Let's go. For the listener, they're like, God, thank goodness they'll just stop yapping and yapping. All right, NBA. We're going to start with them. Top 5 NBA teams as of right now. Huge shakeup, I'm going to say, in our list. The team exiting extremely early in the Milwaukee Bucks. I'll start first. NBA, number 5. They're down 2-1 in their series. Houston Rockets.
Okay.
They gave the Lakers a loss in game 1. They've been competitive. You got the Harden Westbrook thing. When that clicks, you almost can't stop it unless you're playing the Lakers. But Houston's a quality team. They can force LA to 6 games, I feel. Harden's playing defense. I mean, he's out there to win a championship, and you can just see it the way he's playing basketball right now.
Yeah, the Rockets are, no one ever questioned, I don't think, their ability to score with the basketball. But if you're going to play a little defense, like you said, James Harden had a big block shot in an earlier playoff game to kind of seal the deal. And, yeah, they're right there. But they're not in my top 5, sorry.
Of course, yeah.
But a new team in my top 5 this week is the Miami Heat at number 5. I mean,
I'd say
you knock out the Bucks, who everybody thought was the best team in the East coming into the playoffs. We both have our hands raised. Yeah. They knocked them out. And, part of that is Giannis was not healthy, did not play last night, did not play the full game the last game, even though the Bucks pulled that one out in overtime. But, a lot of questions in Milwaukee now going forward. We could do a segment on that if we wanted to. But, the Miami Heat at 5.
All the same points you made, but I got Miami at 4.
Okay.
Look, they've lost 1 playoff game. We forget they swept the Pacers.
Right.
We forget that because they only played 4 games. We barely had time to talk about them,
Yeah.
So they move on, and they're playing the Bucks. Well, the Bucks were kind of, they lost a game to Orlando. Who knows? I thought it'd be a competitive series, 5 or 6 games. I thought the Bucks. But my goodness, this is the hottest team in basketball.
That's why they're called the Heat.
Yeah, that's why they're called the Heat. Everyone's jumping on the Heat bandwagon now.
I'm on.
And rightfully so. It's not a bandwagon if you beat the Eastern Conference favorite.
Right.
4 out of 5 games. Even minus Giannis. I mean, it's not like they were really close.
No.
They got something cooking down there in Miami, and it's working. Look out for the Heat at number 4.
They're the NBA version of the New York Islanders. Got a little magic going, right?
We'll get to that.
We'll get to the NHL.
Yeah.
Anyways, my number 4, the Los Angeles Clippers. I had them up higher early, and then I kind of dropped them, and I'm still not 100% sold. So they're going to stay at number 4. They're up 2-1 on the Nuggets.
Yes.
So
if they win, a tough one.
Yeah, the Nuggets are a good young team, and they're going to give the Clippers a challenge. But that's a series that the Clippers could be all close games, but they'll win 4-1. Or it could go, obviously even a little longer.
So I got the Clippers later on my list.
Okay.
I'll let you go first here.
Number 3?
The
Raptors. They're going to stay at number 3 for me.
Okay.
They're in a tight series with the Celtics. And, they're the defending NBA champions. So they know how to win, even without Kawhi Leonard. They've got some guys that know how to win. So the Raptors stay at number 3 for me.
Boy. Well, I'll give them credit to get back in the series. They evened it up at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Boston got a big win, Game 5, Monday. But I can't make a big argument for them not being at number 3 unless I have the team they're playing at number 3. I think the Boston Celtics are now the best team in the East. And Miami's right on their heels now. But, man, those first 2 games and then Game 5, they looked unstoppable, did Boston. I'd catch the highlights because, they play a little late.
Sure.
Got to go to bed. But, man, they look ready. They look ready.
Yeah.
Boston at number 3.
Well, I agree with you, Ian. I think they're the best team in the East, and that's why I've got them at number 2. I've been high on the Celtics since the playoffs started. I think they don't really have that superstar household name
yet.
Boy, wouldn't
They're becoming names.
Wouldn't Giannis look good in Celtic green?
Just switch the shade.
Yeah. But they really play well together, and Brad Stevens is a good coach. I like the Celtics. Jason Tatum, I mean, he's they're good.
So they're at number 2 for you?
Yeah.
I still got the Clippers at
Sure.
2. I mean, they played a Dallas team round 1 that gave them fits. I think Dallas would give a lot of teams fits.
Yeah.
They really challenged the Clippers in that first round, and they're getting it again from Denver.
Yeah.
But, they're still up in their series. I'm not panicking yet. If I'm the Clippers, they can turn it on and play with the best of them. You got the Kawhis, the Paul Georges. They're fine. I'm not as worried. I mean, everyone was a little worried about Milwaukee with their recent playoff history.
Well, they're a one-man team. I mean, you know, not that the other guys aren't good, but that they have one legitimate superstar, and those teams often struggle to win NBA championships.
Right, and the Clippers are not that team. They got 2.
No, and Paul George has
second.
started to play a little more like Paul George.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. So I know you have them lower.
Yeah.
But I haven't moved them. I like the Clippers staying at 2.
Okay. And I've had the Lakers at 1, and until the Lakers, get knocked off, they may stay there, or until they don't play well, but, maybe keep advancing. Maybe there's some concerns about the Lakers, but until I look at it, I got Lakers Celtics 1-2. What is this, the 80s? We got Magic and Bird playing again?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I got LA Lakers at 1. They still have LeBron, right?
Yeah.
He's still there?
Yeah.
Okay, that was sarcasm
Now,
because,
they need some other guys to step up here, because if someone, because they're –
LeBron has to be really good.
Yeah. I'm not sure how deep that team is.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
the Rockets are going to give them fits. I mean, this might go 7.
It might.
It's got a good chance of going 6.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that, the Rockets come out and make things happen. But, it's the Lakers at 1 until they
prove otherwise.
Button. Yeah.
Which could be by the end of this series.
Yeah,
I mean, if they go 7 with the Rockets, not that you've got the Rockets at 5. I would put the Rockets just outside of my top 5. Would that cause some doubt about the Lakers? It might.
Yes.
I mean,
I'd say so.
Especially if they're going to play the Clippers. I mean, Clippers are better than the Rockets in both of our minds.
Yes.
So,
and a tested Clippers team.
Yeah.
All right, NHL.
Final 4.
I know. We can't do a top 5.
We could, but it'd be kind of pointless.
Yeah. The best team not playing right now is...
You would have the Flyers, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I sent you You responded to that text,
that
right?
That was funny.
I don't know if we can tweet that out or not, but I found something on Twitter. It was the commissioner of the NHL, and I think the cup handler, however they do that. They walk out on the ice with the cup, and the two guys are holding it with gloves on, and it's this big prestigious thing. And, it's got a Flyers golf bag that they're holding
funny.
And presenting it to the team. So, man, they were my team. They pushed it to 7. I thought, they're going to win 3 straight. I'm going to look like a genius. I still look like a genius, but they didn't win. So they're at number 5 for me. But we'll go with number 4 because there's only 4 playing. So, John, who is the worst team left? How does that sound for a lead-in?
Yeah. Who's the worst of the best 4?
Yeah.
Well, it hurts me to say this because I've been high on them, but I'm going to have to say, based on what I've seen so far in the conference finals, the New York Islanders would have to be 4. They got shellacked by the Lightning the other night.
ugly.
Yes.
Yeah, I got identical. I mean, they're a really good team.
Yeah.
There's no question about it.
They got a little luck going. You know, they've had some, but you do that in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, pucks bounce your way. Guys get hot, scoring goals that normally don't.
Yep.
And, you know, you're big on Tampa, and you've been big on the Islanders.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you, tried to warn you, Tampa's got experience.
Oh, yeah.
They've been here before.
I like Tampa.
They
I've
know
liked
what's up.
Tampa all along. Tampa's been my top team for a while now.
Yeah. They know how to win in these big spots.
Yeah.
New York's good. They haven't been there since, what did they say, 93?
Yeah, it's
to
been
the
a while.
conference finals.
Yeah.
So
Iserman built a good team down in Tampa.
that he did.
We talked about it yesterday. Let's hope he can do the same in Detroit.
Yeah.
I think they're getting there.
Yeah, there are pieces.
Maybe in a couple years we'll be talking about the Red Wings on this list. Wouldn't that be something?
Please.
Yes.
So I got the Islanders at number 4. I'll go with number 3. We'll kind of snake our way down.
Sure.
I've had them at 2, but I watched Tampa play. I got the Vegas Golden Knights at number 3. They got a tough one with Dallas. I know they won last night.
Mhm.
Vegas
Yep.
did, and they can score in bunches.
Yep, and they
but
did.
we saw with Vancouver is if they get a hot goalie, they get frustrated and they
Yeah.
start to show kinks in their Golden Knight armor.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so I think this is a case of Dallas is really good.
Yeah.
And Vegas just, in my mind, not quite there.
Okay. Well, I'm going to disagree with you just a little. I'm going to put the Stars there at 3, only because I've been higher on the Knights all along, and I still think they're a pretty good team.
Yes.
You know, that series is tied 1 game apiece now. So it's pretty even, and that kind of leads you to know who my number 2 is. It's the Knights. So they're 2-3, but that could very easily be flipped. Right now, that's an even series. You know, I guess obviously we'll have to wait and see how it pans out. But I've got the Stars 3 and the Knights 2, and I'm guessing you got them flipped.
Well, I had Tampa at number 4. The last time we did this list,
Yeah.
I have them at 2.
Okay. Wow. So now I know who your number 1 is.
Yeah,
I'm pretty good at eliminating things like that.
Yeah, smart fella. Yeah, we talked a lot about Tampa, but
yeah,
Dallas Stars. It's something about them. You watch them play, and it's smooth hockey.
Yeah,
like they've been playing in a bubble for a long time. There are teams here that are benefiting from not having to play at home or play on the road. You know, it's a lot less pressure for the Islanders, per se, to not play where they play in the state of New York.
Yeah.
You don't think there's added pressure from thousands of New Yorkers booing at you when you give up a goal? You know?
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
I think Dallas is one of those where you're playing at home, and let's say they have a 2-goal lead, and then they give up 2 goals, and then the fans just turn.
Sure.
That can't happen in the bubble.
In the bubble, no.
You can say
unless
let's
they
just
play crowd noise
get
that's booze. I don't think they've been doing that, have they?
I hope not.
No, I don't
I
think so.
kind of hope so. It'd be kind of fun.
Well, I think it's been mostly cheers, though, for the team that does score or does win.
Yeah, keep it positive.
Trying to keep it positive.
So you have
2020,
Tampa at
we
1
need positive.
still, right?
What's that?
Tampa at 1.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've had them at the top of my list for a while now, and you mentioned before that this is a team that's been there before. They've won a Stanley Cup. They've got a lot of guys, still that have been through those playoff runs with them, and I just think until someone beats them, they're going to stay at number 1 for me. I mean, they'd have to play really bad against the Islanders for me to take them out of the 1 spot. And the Knights and or the Stars would have to just dominate the Western Conference. And so far that hasn't happened. It's been 2 pretty even games with the Stars and the Knights. And, obviously you get to this point in the year, you're a good hockey team or you're playing good hockey, one of the two. So we shall see, as they say.
When you look at the overview of this, Tampa is probably the most experienced.
Yeah.
Maybe followed by Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been to the Cup.
Yeah.
Final.
Yeah.
Dallas is,
But, playoff team,
Yeah, wild card playoff team. And the Islanders,
they're just
been
kind of the new kids on the block.
30 years.
They're hanging tough.
Right. Great top 4 teams in the NHL. Conference finals well underway. I'd suggest checking those out. It's been really entertaining hockey. We need to take a break.
Yes.
We'll touch on the Tigers for a little bit. We have a lot of NFL to get to here this morning. We're running out of time. Keep it with us here inside the Cave.
We are so grateful to our local heroes, those serving our community every day, to the people working at our grocery stores. We are encouraged by your bravery as you keep our homes stocked with food. To our first responders, how we are grateful for your courage when you come to the need of our community. To our medical personnel and their support teams, working on the front lines to combat this deadly virus. Words are not enough to express our gratitude. So as a community, let us join together while keeping appropriate social distancing and tell our local heroes how much we love and appreciate their sacrifice and the sacrifices of their loved ones. May God's mighty hand protect and guide each of you during these uncertain times.
This message is brought to you by 3-Dimensional Physical Therapy, 3DPT, because people matter.
Hi, this is Nick. Do you want to check or change the security on your home or business? If it involves locks, keys, or any kind of video surveillance, think Adrian Locksmith. Renter or employee change? Save both your time and your money by having us rekey your entries. We also offer video surveillance products, along with safes to secure your valuables. And we can install new car transponders and remote fobs for your vehicle locks. To secure it all, search Adrian Locksmith.
Wouldn't it be sweet to have an endless supply of Culver's fresh frozen custard always at the ready? Just do what we do. Start each day by pouring fresh dairy into your precise temperature-controlled custard machine. Trust me, once you have one, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Adjust flow to produce creamy ribbons of frozen custard. And lastly, this is the best part, do the spoon test to ensure smooth texture. Yum!
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole frozen custard made throughout the day thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
Even though school buildings are closed statewide for the remainder of the school year, the Lenawee Intermediate School District has been hard at work developing and implementing a continuity of learning plan for our students. This is a unique challenge, and LISD instructors and support staff have worked diligently to provide a variety of distance learning options that best suit the needs of each student. The LISD appreciates your patience and understanding as we learn together how best to serve Lenawee students during this unprecedented time. To view our learning plan and the latest COVID-19 updates, visit lisd.us/COVID19.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
The biggest sports stories. We've got you covered on 96.5 The Cave.
7:49 inside the cave. It's Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. John Roberts and yours truly, Ian Wendt, inside the cave. We're here with you till 9 o'clock. Thanks for tagging along with us. A lot of things to get to. We've done a lot already if you're keeping track. But how about them Tigers? 8-3 winners over Milwaukee last night, giving them 19 wins on the season. I'm sure John Kane is not listening, but he's been giving me a hard time the last 2 weeks about, Ian, your preseason prediction for the Tigers was 19 wins. Look, they're there, and I couldn't be more happy. You know, based on the information I had then, I thought they were going to suck. Now, was there a chance they could still finish poorly? Of course. But, man, they're right in the thick of it. They're a game out of the wild card. Big night for Jeimer Candelario, who I'm a big fan of. I've gone on record on the show saying that.
Yeah, he's really come alive since the start of the year.
Yeah, 4 RBIs for the first baseman, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Great outing from Spencer Turnbull.
Yeah. Shutout.
Great to see.
6 innings?
Yep, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. That was big because it was a tie game till the 4th inning.
Isn't it just amazing what a little success can do for a guy's confidence? Here's a guy, he went like 3-17 last year. And I would say he's been their best starting pitcher this year, almost without question.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a totally different pitcher this year. And, you mentioned Candelario. They were about ready to ship him out early, and it was like 0 for 17 to start the year. And he's arguably their best hitter in the last few weeks. I mean, he's not 2 for 4 every game, but it's rare that he goes a game and doesn't have a hit, it seems like.
Right.
At least one and multiple. I thought the funniest stat line or the oddest stat line that I saw from the game last night was Cabrera. Batted twice, scored 3 runs, walked twice. No hits. That I saw. I'm like, so he must have gotten safe on an error or I don't know. Did he get hit? I didn't dive into the box score quite that deeply, but I just thought that was an odd line.
Yeah.
3 runs.
He must have reached on an error.
No, he did.
Well, if you get hit, does that count as a walk? Maybe he got hit by a pitch.
So.
Just like,
Yeah.
Jonathan Scope.
Yeah, that's not good.
And Jacoby Jones. I mean, that's stability on the infield for defense.
Yeah.
And he's given this team power.
Leads the team in homers with 8. I mean, so hopefully that's just like a bruise and he's not out for the rest of the year, because that's 2 guys out of the middle of your defense that, although we're seeing the young kids now on the infield, aren't we? We're going to see Paredes and Castro and Alcantara and Candelario. Possibly we'd like to think maybe it's not the infield of the future, because that means Torkelson's not part of it.
Right. I mean, these names are starting to become more recognizable to people.
Yeah. These are our Tigers maybe for the next 4 or 5 years.
I mean, is the base here right now? How
close
is Al Avila to getting this team where it can be a competitor?
Well, they're a competitor right now, actually.
Yeah. He did it. It's happening right now. This team is 2 games below 500. But
they're right there with the Yankees. It's unfathomable. I know if we looked at our preseason baseball predictions, we both had the Yankees in the playoffs.
I think I had them.
I did not have. I know I didn't have them winning.
Right,
the
you
division.
had Tampa winning.
I had Tampa
them
winning
in
the division.
Wild card. I had them winning.
Yeah, and I had them in the wild card. So I read a thing this morning. They're 14-21 against everybody on their schedule that's not the Red Sox. They're undefeated against the Red Sox this year. The Yankees are, but they're 7 games below 500 against everybody else.
Wow.
They need to play the Red Sox more, apparently.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, man, if you're looking at a normal season, We're not. I mean, the Tigers probably would have sold more at the break.
Probably,
There's
yes.
6 games back in the Central. Are they competing in that division? Yes. Can you make up 6 games? Sure. But this season, you're in a good spot.
Yeah, that was one of the things that kind of gave me a little bit of hope when they announced that they were only going to play their division and the National League Central. You're not playing, you're not playing the Yankees. You're not playing the Tampa Bay Rays. You're not playing the Oakland A's. You're not playing the good teams outside of the Central Division in the American League. And I don't remember who they were supposed to cross over with what division in the National League, but I don't know what the original schedule said now, but
right. I mean, also, the AL Central might be the best division in baseball, at least in the American League.
When you look at the depth of it,
yeah,
you could make that argument because the Tigers are right there, right around 500, and they're in 4th place.
Yeah,
I mean, if the season ended today, obviously they wouldn't make the playoffs, but they're in the conversation.
Cleveland and Chicago tied for the league.
Mm-hmm.
They have 10 more wins than losses.
Right, so those 2 would be in.
Right.
Because the top 2 in each division are in. So right now, Cleveland and Chicago, which you're excited about because you picked the White Sox.
I'll just quietly be correct about that.
Pat yourself on the back over
there. When the season ends and they're there, I was like, oh, wow.
Hey,
I was right on that.
Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
This guy.
Right. Remember me? And then you got Minnesota half game out.
That's my pick. So they're right there, too.
They sure are. Hour number 2 coming your way next inside the cave. It's all NFL. Hour number 2. Buckle your NFL seatbelts. We'll be right back inside the cave with John Roberts and me, Ian Wendt.
Michigan's auto insurance laws are changing, and that means drivers have a lot to think about, right, Steve Hayes?
People are going to have to be hands-on on their auto insurance. They've got a lot of choices here. Bodily injury limits or your PIP choice. Are you going to stay unlimited or do you want to ramp it down?
But one thing hasn't changed. The local independent agents at Hayes Insurance Agency. They know the new laws inside and out. And whether you're one of their customers or not, they'll help you make an intelligent, informed decision.
It's not uncommon for us to take calls for 5 hours a day of just questions. They get a lot of paperwork that might be intimidating, and we walk them through it. We don't tell people what they should do. We're going to give them the option.
From the simplest questions to the most complex, count on Steve Hayes and his staff at the Hayes Insurance Agency.
I want to be the agent that has the most knowledge about these new laws.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Hayes Insurance, 423-8316.
Build your own deal. That's right. You can go to suburbanchevroletofclinton.com, click on the vehicle you are interested in, choose the options you want, and actually build your own deal. You can also get your trade appraisal, set up your financing, and choose picking it up or we'll deliver it to you. How much easier can it get? This is Josh Holly, General Sales Manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton on the corner of M52 and US 12. Let's see you driving your new Chevy today. Make the choice at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
With our 8-year track record of teaching success through Tecumseh Virtual Academy, we are prepared to educate your students. Hundreds of students have taken core subjects and AP classes and gone on to graduate while participating in the TVA Dynamic Learning Community. This year, crossover options are available for in-class and online learning. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Looking for a great lunch or dinner to satisfy the whole gang? The Brick Wall Pub and Grill in downtown Adrian has it all. Juicy burgers, quesadillas, pizzas, salads, homemade soups, and so much more. Check their Facebook page for daily food and drink specials. Indoor and outdoor seating is available. Call 759-4072 for takeout orders. That's 759-4072. Join Crazy Karen for karaoke fun Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. The Brick Wall Pub and Grill. They're not just another brick in the wall.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. This is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports talk radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go inside the cave.
Hour number 2 inside the cave. Coach, what did you think about that first hour?
Probably our best 60-minute performance of the year.
Couldn't agree more.
You got to find a way to replicate what you did.
All right, let's do it. Hour number 2, 8 o'clock inside the cave. My name is Ian Wentz. Thank you so much for tuning in on your FM dial, or if you're listening online, 965thecave.com. We appreciate you just as much.
We do.
Here this morning. John Roberts.
No matter what corner of the world you're listening from.
Exactly. It's time for a sports update. We have a lot of NFL to get to, so we're going to fly through this.
We are.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
Well, Ian, we talked about it in the first hour. Will the Adrian Maples and Tecumseh Indians get to play each other this football season? Unless something changes, and we should know very soon. Right now, as it stands, that game won't happen. We got in touch with Tecumseh coach Greg Dolson.
Because we're in the SEC, we have some ties with the Ann Arbor schools, and they have not yet committed to playing football yet. So another school in that situation is Monroe High School. So if they drop out football for the season, we have to realign our schedule. So we'll know a little bit more. But if our schedule stands the way it is, we have Jackson on the road and we have Pinckney on the road. So we went from having 5 home games this year to now we're going to have 2 home games. The unfortunate thing is we really got our fingers crossed here. Not that I want Ann Arbor to drop out, but we will not get to play Adrian this year because it was going to be week 2. So we're really kind of hoping that the SEC can work something out to where not only us but all the schools in the SEC can have an opportunity to play the rivalry school, because that's something that we're going to lose. And I would think that Adrian would say the same thing, just because how important a football game it is to both communities, and to not have it because we couldn't work something out scheduling-wise is, hopefully we can get that done.
That is Tecumseh football coach Greg Dolson. A decision could come as early as today or tomorrow. What will happen with the SEC football schedule? High school football teams will open the season with Week 4. That means the first ever matchup between the Adrian Maples and Madison Trojans will have to wait. Madison head coach Taz Wallace says his team will open with Whiteford, and Taz highlighted some of his key returners.
We have Isaiah Casares returning down the backfield for us. Max Pelpinch returning. We got a lot of younger guys returning too that should have an impact, on the season. And we look forward to having them. Ryan Fisher's returning from at the defensive end spot, all-league player, good football player, good kid, high energy. So yeah, we have a lot of kids that we feel confident in, and we're going to go out and prepare them so that the kids can have an opportunity to be successful.
Madison coach Taz Wallace, and we will be hearing from more coaches around the county leading up to the opening games a week from this Friday. The Detroit Tigers pulled within 1 game of the New York Yankees for the final postseason spot in the American League after an 8-3 win over the Milwaukee Brewers. Spencer Turnbull allowed 3 hits in 6 scoreless innings, and the Detroit Tigers broke the game open with 5 runs in the 5th. Turnbull struck out 3 and walked 3. Jeimer Candelario homered and drove in 4 runs, and a key hit in the 5th blew the game open.
Bonifacio at the plate. First pitch and swinging a line drive. Base hit into right field. Cabrera's in. They're waving Candelario around third, and he will score without a throw. Bonifacio jumps on the first pitch. Another 2-run single. 6-0 Tigers here in the 5th.
But it wasn't all good news for the Tigers. Second baseman Jonathan Schoop, who leads the team with 8 home runs, left with a right wrist contusion after being hit by a pitch in the 4th. So let's hope he's okay. The Tigers also made a roster move, sending outfielder Kristen Stewart to Toledo. And sometime today they will make a corresponding move, possibly the call-up of either Riley Green, Daz Cameron, or another prospect. Stewart is 2 for 17 in his last 7 contests for the Tigers. Michigan State Athletics reported an uptick in its COVID-19 cases. 12 Spartan athletes tested positive for the virus from August 29th to Sunday. In the previous week, they had just 2 positive tests. The Lions have released jersey numbers for several players, including recently signed Adrian Peterson and their top draft pick, Jeff Okudah. Peterson will wear number 28, Okudah number 30, and their rookie running back, DeAndre Swift, will wear number 32. The Lions open the season this Sunday at 1 p.m. against the Chicago Bears at Ford Field, and you can hear that game right here on 96.5 The Cave.
Yes! 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 Yes!
USA Today has released their NFL power rankings. No surprises at the top, really, unless you ask Ian and I. The Chiefs, Ravens, Saints, 49ers, and the Tennessee Titans round out the top 5 spots. The next group of 5, the Steelers, Colts, Buccaneers, Packers, and Bills. The Central Division rival Vikings are 14th. The Lions are 20th, and the Bears are 28th. So someone has a little more faith in the Lions maybe than most at USA Today. The Jaguars are at the bottom. So if you're a Jacksonville fan, it's going to be a long season. Leaders of 6 state legislators in the Big Ten footprint have sent a letter, not us a letter, to Commissioner Kevin Warren. Asking the conference to reconsider its decision to cancel the fall football season. The letter is written on the letterhead of Michigan House Speaker Lee Chatfield and also signed by state House leaders from Iowa, Minnesota, Ohio, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. The Big Ten and Warren in particular have received strong pushback since the conference announced that university presidents voted to push back football and other fall sports until the second semester because of the coronavirus pandemic. Meanwhile, Baylor became the 3rd Big 12 team to postpone its scheduled season opener this week because of the coronavirus. The Bears were supposed to open at home Saturday against Louisiana Tech, but the visiting school announced that it would not be able to play because of a number of recent positive COVID-19 tests. And that is the sports update at 8 o'clock.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
And you could squeeze all the stuff that you got loaded on there out of it all over the place.
Thank you, John Kane. That's disgusting. All right.
You.
Yeah.
They're both they got buns.
Want to get him part of the show. Okay. NFL talk. Man, we've done a 1.0, 2.0. When did we do our 3.0?
Well,
it was a while ago.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter because today is the now.
It is the now.
It is our NFL Top 16 4.0.
I got to change that number on my notes here.
You know, you still had it as 3?
4.0. No, yeah, we were 3. It's 4 now. So this is like our we've done a couple rehearsals, rough drafts, whatever you want to call them.
Pre-draft.
This is like the real deal now.
This is like pay attention, people.
Yeah, because this is how it's going to be this year in the NFL.
Things are getting real. Do you want to do a coin flip? Do you have a coin?
I do not have a coin. Flip. I got a bunch of coins out in my car. I never carry coins with me.
Well, go get them. We'll take a break. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we got too much to talk about.
Since we're high class here,
isn't there like an app where you can flip a coin on your phone?
Probably.
We don't have it though.
I mean, what if I like drop $1 and you pick heads?
You're
or
gonna throw it
tails?
up in the air?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take George Washington's face. You get the back.
Oh, you think it's George Washington's face?
Well, you said
huh?
$1. Is it a Canadian dollar?
I didn't say how much of the dollar. It's $1.
It's
some
a-
sort of $1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
right.
ahead.
We have a plexiglass screen.
You make money. You don't have just dollars in your wallet.
That's
Man.
yeah, you know.
You are high paid
I'm
talent.
gonna throw it
here
at the
this station.
plexiglass between us here.
Holy
so you're
crow,
you're
that's
going,
a 20.
You're going face. You weren't supposed to say what it was.
That's
Yeah,
like
it's a
the
20.
smallest bill in your wallet right now, isn't it?
It is.
It's like $1 to most people.
Yeah. You want me to throw more 20s?
No.
All right.
No, we don't need to make it rain
so
in here.
If it's Mr. Jefferson's face, you're going first.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going first. Face up.
Oh man! All right, give me that back.
Oh, no way, man. I'm keeping it. You threw it under the glass.
Yeah, I did slide under. Okay, since we don't have a coin in here,
we're gonna have to keep a quarter in one of these cups here, just for such a like in case of emergency. Break the glass and flip the coin.
break the glass.
We won't break the glass. All right, number 16 for me, the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're just outside of the playoffs at this point. They're a good team. I'm not sure how great they are. New coach, which I know you're a fan of the new coach, but they also didn't have all those off-season meetings to get, so they might struggle a little out of the gate. But I do like the Cowboys. I just don't know if they're a playoff team.
Man, there's so many names I could list off here, John, that would make you change your mind. Like a Coach McCarthy,
Yeah.
like a CeeDee Lamb,
Yeah.
like an Amari Cooper,
Yeah.
Zeke Elliott,
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
They could be higher
fact
by
that
the
you're
end
at
of the
number
year.
16 right now is an insult to football.
They're
you must
on
not
the
watch
list.
football.
They're on the list.
Yeah, it's the middle of the road
Who's your
team.
16?
Denver Broncos.
They
team
might not
that's-
be on the list after yesterday because Von Miller being lost for the season. That's not good.
Hey, in Locke I trust right now.
There you go.
They're a competitive team. They
are.
got pieces
They
for
do.
sure. They need to glue them together.
Yeah.
They got a defensive coach.
Yeah.
Tough to play in Denver with the elevation.
Mhm.
They were a newcomer on my list for 3.0. They're going to stay there for 4.0.
Yeah. Well, I've got them at 15. I think they're a good
Okay,
team too.
all right.
So for all the same reasons, they're my 15.
You thought I was crazy talking.
No, I
Yeah.
like the Broncos.
I think a lot of people would agree with them being there on our list.
Yeah.
They're not a top 10.
No.
But they're not in the cellar.
Just outside the playoff hunt, maybe.
Yes. 15 for me, the Kyler Murrays. Arizona.
Ooh.
Cardinals. Is that too low?
Low?
Yeah.
I think it's too high. That's a tough division. They could finish last and be a good football team.
Right. Yeah, I think they're the 15th best. That's where I think they'll
okay.
be. I think they had big news come out of there. They did. They signed, I thought I saw it on Twitter, they signed a DeAndre Hopkins
Yeah,
to a
yes.
2-year extension.
Yes, yeah. He renegotiated his contract.
My goodness.
Yeah.
To give.
He did it, I guess, too. I thought I read where he did it. He met with the team.
Oh, he did his own
Yeah.
contract? Yeah, I mean, man, they're
Yeah,
look out
they're
for
better.
Arizona.
They're better.
They're probably the team that could finish 4th or surprise people and win their division. They got some pieces there.
Yeah.
If
I don't
they
know how good they are defensively.
if they won the division, would you be surprised? It'd be tiebreaker scenario probably.
I wouldn't be like
floored.
No, but man, that's a tough division, and they might not be. They could. I guess they could win it.
Like if we were ranking the fourth best team in the division for each division.
The teams that finished 4th last year in the division.
Yeah, Cardinals are the best one.
Probably.
Of those 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably. I don't know that that's enough to put them in the top 16, but apparently you do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Hey, it's America. You can have your own opinion.
Yeah, I picked the White Sox to win the
You did.
AL Central.
You did.
So.
Yeah. Good job.
So far.
They haven't won it yet.
Yep.
Number 14 for me, the Tennessee Titans. I thought about moving them because signing Clowney could be big. Although I'm just not sold that he's a great player. I think he's a situational player at defensive end. He's never had double-digit sacks, and now he's the highest-paid defensive end in football. I don't know.
Yeah,
but he should fit well with Vrabel's system. Vrabel was his coach in Houston before he became the Titans head coach. So,
yeah, Tennessee. What did USA Today say? They're 5th?
Yeah, I think that's way too high.
That's insanity.
I just think, can they replicate their run like they did last year? I don't know.
I'll tell you what. They're not even on my top 16.
Ooh.
They're probably 17.
Wow.
They'll have to win to play to get up into the list.
Yeah.
A team that's there right now, my number 14, the Indianapolis Colts.
I like the Colts.
I'm high on Rivers this season. He's got to prove. I mean, Tom Brady's got to prove stuff.
Yeah.
In Tampa, Phillip Rivers get there.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Get to the Super Bowl.
I like Indianapolis.
Indy's got a good defense in place.
Yeah.
They got a really good offensive line.
Really good. Good running backs.
Weapons for Rivers. It was a great signing. I thought Brady would consider Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Back then. Because I thought they were the team that
was a good location for him. Yeah. I like the Colts too. I actually like them more than you do.
So. All right. 13.
Little teaser for later in the list.
Yeah.
13, the Cleveland Browns. I just think, every year, well, at least last year, everybody was high on the Browns, and I think they're as talented as anybody, at their skill positions. Baker Mayfield, he's not terrible. He can play better. And you haven't heard much from him this offseason, so I think maybe that's a good sign. I like the Browns at 13.
And we haven't heard from guys like OBJ?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, the other day there was a little something on the internet, I guess. I didn't read about it, but I kept seeing he was trending on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I must not have been on Twitter that day.
No.
So we're at 13.
13.
This is a controversial one. Maybe they shouldn't even be on the list.
Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah, no. Same division.
Okay.
Green Bay Packers.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
they're a solid team.
Yeah, nationally, people got them closer to 10. I think. It's Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, and
Aaron Jones, their running back. He's pretty good.
Yeah, and the guys in stripes.
Yeah.
The zebras, the officials.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, and there are a lot of quarterbacks out to prove themselves this season. That could be another top 16.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, okay, you drafted Jordan Love.
He's got a little chip on his shoulder, I bet.
He's got chips on his shoulder. Yeah. Our whole division has a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
So I got Green Bay at 13.
Okay. Number 12, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, it's too low.
Well, that's what you think. That's what you think. We'll see. We're going to do this like every week or every other week. They could be a fast rising bullet if they go to New Orleans and win. Week 1, that's going to bump them up. That would be a big road win.
Wow. Tom is hearing you right now say that they're number 12. I mean, they signed Leonard Fournette.
They did. This was, it's early.
Okay.
It's early.
Number 12, for me, a team you talked about already, Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's all there.
It is. They just got to do it now.
I heard someone say the other day they're like the Noah's Ark of football. They got two of everything.
I heard that same quote. 2 offensive tackles, 2 tight ends,
2 running backs, 2 receivers. Like, man, Baker, just make it happen. It's right there for you, man.
Here's the thing with him. Just don't screw it up.
Yeah. Don't get sacked and fumble the ball.
Spread that ball around. Don't throw interceptions.
Big key here is the coaching.
Yeah.
Now in Cleveland, it's the coaching.
Yep.
It used to be, we don't know about the coach, but we do know the players are not good. Now, what more do you need?
Well,
you got a Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
You got a They still have Peppers, don't they? Or they trade him?
No, he's with the Giants.
Okay.
He was part of the OBJ trade.
I mean, they got pieces. Especially offensively.
And they're pretty good defensively too.
My goodness.
So you're going to have to be good defensively in that division. That's another tough division.
Yes. So I got Cleveland up there at 12.
Okay, number 11, team you already talked about, the Green Bay Packers. I got them just slightly higher than you. I think that chip on Aaron Rodgers' shoulder is big, and I think that's going to be a huge motivating factor. And when he's on, he might be the best quarterback in the NFL. When he's on, and that's saying something because there's a lot of good quarterbacks. But man, there's something about the Packers. And I go back to this from last year. They never led the Detroit Lions for a second of regulation and somehow beat them twice.
Yeah.
Well, not somehow. Mason Crosby beat him twice. But part of that is Rodgers taking the team down the field, getting them in position to kick a field goal as time expires. So how good are they? I don't know. They're at 11 for me.
Yeah, they're not 49er level. We saw that twice.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they got punched in the face by the 49ers.
Yeah. So my number 11 before we go to break, the Deshaun Watson Houston Texans.
See, I don't even have them on my list.
Maybe this is too low.
They're
quietly winning the division consistently.
It's a bad division until this year.
What was that? Whisper into the microphone.
It's a bad division until this year.
Okay. Didn't they lead the Kansas City Chiefs at their place in the divisional round?
Yep.
By like 24.
You know who else led the Kansas City Chiefs at their place last year?
Tennessee.
The Detroit Lions.
Weren't they in Detroit?
Yeah, that's what I said. At their place, at Detroit's place.
Oh. No, I'm saying Houston was in Kansas City.
Kansas City.
At Kansas City's place.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Houston.
That's going to be a great game tomorrow night, I think.
Yeah.
Houston's good. Don't get me wrong. They're good.
They're not great, but
every year there's that team that takes a step back.
All right. They just paid their man.
They did.
He is the man.
Yes.
Our top 10 NFL teams pre-regular season 4.0. This is real stuff, folks. We'll be right back inside the cave.
Long Motor Sales in Tecumseh is asking for your help. Please do your part and wear a face mask while you are in public spaces. Do it for the kids, if not for yourself. We want our kids to be able to go back to school this fall. A friendly reminder that you can shop Long's current inventory online at longmotorsales.net.
New to the lot this week at Long Motor Sales is a black 2014 GMC Terrain. This all-wheel drive SUV is great on gas. Roomy, but not too big, stylish, and well taken care of. Some features include power steering, remote keyless entry, and only 111,000 miles. Stop in and tell Eric you want to take this car for a ride today.
If your vehicle needs an oil change or a major overhaul or repair, take it to Long's Automotive Service. Nathan Long has over 15 years of experience as a certified technician, giving you dealership quality service at a low price. Long Motor Sales and Long Automotive Service in Tecumseh. Long, a name you know and trust.
It's time to head back to school. Whether it's homeroom or homeschool, DMP will be there to make sure you can access what you need to keep pushing forward. Right now, get 250 meg internet and DMP Connect Pro, the most powerful whole home Wi-Fi ever for just $59.90 a month. Give us a call at 800-311-7340. That's 800-311-7340. Because at DNP, no matter what the future holds, we're here to power your tomorrow.
Are your floors screaming for a makeover? If so, O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering in Tecumseh, with their combined 160 years of experience, wants to help. O'Connor & Sons sell and install many styles of floor covering. They have the area's largest selection of luxury vinyl tile and planks, which are completely waterproof. O'Connor & Sons also carries Cali Bamboo, which are the world's hardest floors. Pet problems? No worries. They have pet-proof carpet that is guaranteed against all pet stains. O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering on Russell Road in Tecumseh. Call them at 423-6170, or for more information, check them out on Facebook at O'Connor & Sons Flooring.
In a report from the CDC, during June 24th through the 30th of this year, U.S. adults reported suffering higher mental health conditions associated with COVID-19. younger adults, racial ethnic minorities, essential workers, and unpaid adult caregivers reported having experienced disproportionately worse mental health outcomes, increased substance use, and increased suicidal thoughts. 40% of U.S. adults reported struggling with their mental health or substance use. As time goes on and we continue dealing with the pandemic, mental health issues could continue to rise. Suicide rates could increase. Substance use could increase. Don't wait until you reach a crisis state. Reach out for help. 211 is a great resource for our community, as well as Lenawee Community Mental Health at 517-263-8905. Crisis service available 24/7, 365 a year. Check us out on Facebook.
Get your vehicle in shape for the summer with a complete cleanup at Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing. They will clean your vehicle inside and out. They offer detailing services like interior shampoo, hand wax, and buffing. Their expert staff will make your car, SUV, or van sparkle. They even do boats, RVs, and semis. Gift certificates available. Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing is open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. Ask about their monthly membership and their annual memberships. They're located on West Beecher Street next to Barrett's.
Here's the offer. It's low and they're turned down. Sellers went with a higher bid.
Crucial mistakes being made, costing them their dream home.
Offer number 2 looked good, but wait, flag on a play. They weren't pre-approved. Unbelievable.
This just in, the buyers just called Coach Jay Reed from Excel Realty.
Now that's a smart play. Coach Jay has a winning record in leading his home buyers to the closing table. Touchdown! Another win for Coach Jay Reed.
Call 902-7100 today for your big home buying win.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
There's a lot of talk about germs, especially these crazy virus germs. We are aware and have a solution to stop them inside your vehicle. At Gary's Quick Lube, we are offering ViraGuard. The ViraGuard system is a dry fog disinfecting system that uses nanotechnology to disinfect deep within soft surfaces and cracks that liquids or mist just can't get to. For additional information, call us at 423-1412 or stop in and see us at 1360 West Chicago Boulevard in Tecumseh. Let Gary's Quick Lube clean your germs away.
Lenawee's original sports franchise, 96.5 The Cave.
Good morning, Cave Dwellers. It's 8:27 Wednesday morning. If you're just waking up and stretching, thanks for hanging out with us today. John Roberts and yours truly, Ian Wentz, here till 9 o'clock this morning. This hour has been all NFL because it's back, baby. Tomorrow night, Texans, Chiefs, Thursday night football to start off week 1. But our top 16, before all that happens, we are 16 through 11. You want to run those down in case people are just tuning in or forgot? That's more likely.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
I'll go with mine. 16, the Dallas Cowboys. 15, the Denver Broncos. 14, Tennessee Titans. 13, Cleveland Browns. 12, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 11, Green Bay Packers.
16, Denver Broncos. 15, Arizona Cardinals. 14, Indianapolis Colts. 13, Green Bay. 12, Cleveland. 11, Houston.
Okay.
We did the money flip.
Yeah.
You won.
So you're going to go first.
So you took the ball first. Now it's the second half. Now I get the ball.
Okay. Run with it.
Number 10, Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben is back. His window is closing. He knows it. He's in good shape. This defense is incredible. The offense is going to hold this team back, and Ben needs to elevate this team, but it is there. We know what Juju can do. We know what a healthy James Conner can do. Did they draft the right receivers? We'll find out this year. Pittsburgh's defense primarily puts them at number 10?
Well, I have the Steelers at 10 also.
Okay.
So great minds think alike. And for all the same reasons, I think a lot, again, we talked about Aaron Rodgers having a lot to prove. I think Ben Roethlisberger has a lot to prove. Been a while since he's led them to a playoff win. If he's in the top 10, as we say, they'll be in the playoffs. And I just think the Steelers are a really good football team. But it's time for them to produce.
It's all there.
Yeah. They can't get in the playoffs and lose that first game. And some people, they've become kind of a trendy pick to win that division, thinking Baltimore may take a step back this year. I don't see
They'd
that.
have to take 2 steps.
Yeah, I don't see that. But, hey, it's a long way between now and January.
Sure is. Number 9, the 12th man, Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson is still playing football in Seattle. He's the man. He is that good. Some people have them higher.
I do.
On their list than 9, including someone, I guess, sitting across from me. Seahawks at number 9. That's the Russell Wilson factor. He elevates everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
He could make us all pro tight ends, John.
Well,
he couldn't?
No,
Okay.
probably no.
All right. We'd have to put in some work, too.
Well,
no question.
I'm not willing to work that hard anymore.
Okay. Who's your number 9?
Team that I have ranked higher than you, the Indianapolis Colts. I like the Colts to win that division. I think Phillip Rivers is another quarterback looking for something to prove.
We should have done that top 16.
That might be a topic for next week's show. Quarterbacks with the most to prove this year. And one Matthew Stafford would be on that list also, I believe.
Yeah, he'd be right there.
But, yeah, I like the Colts for all the reasons that you liked them for earlier. I just like them a lot more. I think they're going to be the best team in that division this year.
Number 8, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Should have moved them up higher, but I got to see them on the field.
Yeah.
They're like the Golden State Warriors.
Ooh.
Of a few years ago.
Okay.
They're just, you got the Steph Curry, the Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You got the Klay Thompson, who is the wide receiving core. And this defense is really underrated.
Yeah.
We've been hearing that on some national talk shows that don't be surprised if the defense carries this team the first couple games.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have
Tom
to
and the
probably
offense
a little bit
to get things going. But they're my pick to make the playoffs. I think there's a team ahead of them in their division that's better. That's coming up a little later. But Tampa Bay starts at 8, and I don't see them really sliding down at all on my list this season.
Okay.
Only place to go is up.
Okay.
Big Tampa fan.
Yeah, I have them
completely.
on my list. I'm not quite as high on them as you are, but I think, yeah, that's a good pick. Number 8, the Buffalo Bills. I believe this is the year that someone finally breaks the stranglehold that the Patriots have had on the AFC East, and I believe it's going to be the Buffalo Bills.
I'm going to talk about them in a few minutes.
Okay.
I think they're more than ready. They were probably ready last year
Yeah.
to take that division.
Yeah.
Number 7.
They blew a big lead in the playoffs, too.
Yeah.
Against your Houston Texans, if I remember right. Or was it Tennessee? One of those two.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Number 7, the NFC North champ to be.
Ooh.
It's going to be the Minnesota Vikings.
I like how you think.
Yep. They're higher on your list, I know,
They
from
are.
last week.
They are.
Kirk Cousins, fearless from the virus. Remember that controversy
That's right.
a week or so ago?
If he dies, he dies.
He dies. But, wow. We've said it for a few years now. That roster with Minnesota is still good.
Still good.
Less Stephon Diggs, but they get a Jefferson.
Yeah.
That, he'll fill a void. Will it be the Stephon Diggs void? No, not this year.
Got to keep Dalvin Cook healthy.
Yep. But just like a couple other teams we've talked about, the pieces are there. They got to make it happen. Minnesota at 7.
All right. My number 7. the defending NFC East champion Philadelphia Eagles. Go ahead, lose your mind.
That's what I think about that. All right, tell me why.
They're the champs till someone in that division beats them. They find a way to win that division. They had terrible offensive weapons last year. Everybody was hurt, and somehow they still managed to win that division. They got better.
NFC
They got
East fight song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a real thing?
No.
Oh.
It should be.
Okay. And they got better weapons this year. Everybody's healthy. I don't see how they're not still the best team in that division.
Cool. Okay. Shake that off.
You okay?
That's
over there?
outrageous.
You okay? Hey,
we
need a little outrage on this show.
I mean, that's a top 10 team, not even on my top 16. And I'm comfortable with them not being in it.
Okay.
Cowboys are taking that division.
Okay.
We'll watch
You
them
want to
play
bet
out
that
for
20 you were
16 weeks.
flipping here earlier?
I don't think
Can
we
do
can
that on the
legally on the air.
Okay. Well, we'll talk after the show.
We'll see what we can actually bet off the
Okay.
air. Maybe we'll get sponsors to throw in some fun
There
prizes,
you go.
and we'll bet, things like that. Anyway, yeah, you're crazy. They're not number 7. No.
Okay.
No.
We'll see.
Number 6.
Long way between now and January.
Yeah, we're up to number 6. The Buffalo Bills.
Did you do your number 7?
Yeah, Minnesota.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I went first.
Oh, that's
I
right. You're
deferred.
going first now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Buffalo's number 6.
Okay.
The only thing that could hold this team back is Josh Allen throwing interceptions or fumbling the football. Pieces are there. Buffalo's built a winning team. They've got some playoff experience now.
Really good defense.
Great defense. There's a lot of pressure on this team to win that division. It's hard to win a division in football. And if there's a team that knows how to do it, it's New England. They've done it more than anyone in the last 20 years. So it'll be tough to dethrone them. It's their opportunity.
Yeah.
They got to seize it. It's right there. Can Sean McDermott and the rest of the crew handle that pressure? I think so. Bills at number 6.
Okay. My number 6, the New Orleans Saints. Again, they're the champs until someone knocks them off. I know Tampa Bay's a lot better, and that's a great Week 1 matchup. Tampa at New Orleans. I mean that's I believe that's the 4:00 game, as it should be. Yeah, that's a good one. We're going to learn a lot about both those teams. We both like those teams, but I just think until you beat the champs, they're the champs.
It's a solid take there. Drew Brees is
much better
still,
than my Eagles pick.
Oh, leaps and bounds better than your Eagles pick.
Okay.
Leaps and bounds.
Okay.
So I went first for 5. So we'll switch it back to you.
Okay, so I'm my number 5.
We're at 5. Yep.
Okay, Seattle Seahawks. I'm a big Russell Wilson guy. Pete Carroll is a really good coach. Now I know traditionally that's a really tough place to play with number 12.
Yes.
But I don't know if number 12 is going to be quite the factor this year. The home crowd at some of these places is just gone. There's just no way you can replicate that. So, but I like Seattle. I almost picked them to win this division, but I didn't. I really like them.
Number 5, the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
The Mike McCarthy factor is the glue that's going to put this ship together, or the covered wagon, and get the Cowboys to their promised land. Come on. If Mike McCarthy can't get this thing done, who's wrong? Everyone? Everyone says Dallas has talent. Right?
No question. They've had talent for a while
talent
now.
for years. We've seen what Dak Prescott can do.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
They have
he's all right.
He's not great.
No.
He's really good.
He's all right.
Okay.
He's pretty good.
Running back, he must be pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, we have that somewhere.
We do. That one's already there.
He must be pretty good.
Yeah. Must be pretty good. Dallas at 5.
Okay.
I can't put them any lower until they start losing to the Eagles or
maybe the Rams
Giants
this week.
Yeah, exactly. But it's there. They needed a preseason for Mike McCarthy to figure it out, but he's a championship caliber head coach.
Yeah.
Jason Garrett
Who
is
got
not
fired.
a championship caliber head coach. He's not.
Mike McCarthy got fired.
Did he though?
Yeah.
By who? Who fired him?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Dallas at
Aaron
5.
Rodgers is a pretty good quarterback too, and he couldn't win with Aaron Rodgers at the end.
But he did win with him.
Yeah.
Didn't they win a Super Bowl together, John?
Yeah, but
Okay.
a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So did Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
We're not talking about him.
Yeah.
He won a couple.
Yeah, that's because the Steelers do it right.
They got talent.
Well, they do.
So does
We
Dallas.
like the Steelers. Okay, number 4.
Rabbit hole. Yeah. Number 4.
Yes, the Minnesota Vikings. I'm much higher on them than you are. The Ngakoue addition at defensive end. I mean, that's too pretty. That's as good a pair of defensive ends as there is in football. That's going to cause some problems. You better have good tackles, and you might want to keep your tight ends and your running backs in to block when you're playing those guys. They're gonna be a handful on defense for people this year.
Yeah, they're winning in our minds the NFC North.
Yes.
Will it be by 2 or 3 games? Probably not.
No.
Green Bay will give them a run.
That's another good week 1 game. The Packers at the Vikings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good games this weekend. I mean, good games.
Yeah.
Good teams.
We're going to
playing
get them
each other.
previewed, right?
Well, we hope so.
Big time Lions preview. We're putting them on the spot, but tomorrow with Jeff Bowman and John Kane, catch that preview.
I'm
for
sure.
the
Yeah,
Lions.
I'm sure they'll do a lot of NFL talk too.
Yeah. So where are we at? 4?
I just did my
Yeah.
4.
Okay. New Orleans.
Okay. Like it.
Yeah. You had them at 6.
Mm-hmm.
They're right in there. They're not a top 3, but New Orleans is New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Is Drew Brees declining physically? Sure.
Probably his last year.
Yep.
I think.
There's
Got Michael
added
Thomas,
pressure.
who's as good a receiver as there is in the game.
Yeah, you could say best receiver and not get a lot of pushback.
No.
You could get some, but
Some,
not a lot.
but not a lot.
New Orleans at number 4. Until we see him
They got to
fall
get
off,
Kamara
they're going to.
happy, though, I think.
Yeah.
His contract deal, that's a little concerning.
Yes.
I think he'll be all right, though.
New Orleans, for sure, a top 6 team. They're at my number 4.
Okay. Number 3, San Francisco 49ers. Again, they're the best team in the NFC until they're not. And they did nothing to make themselves worse, I don't believe, this year. They're healthy coming into the year. I think, they still have a bad taste in their mouth, losing the lead late in the Super Bowl and not winning it. So I think they're going to be pretty solid out west this year.
The pressure on some of these quarterbacks this year more than quite a
usual.
few. I mean, my goodness. And Jimmy Garoppolo is one of those quarterbacks. He was 2 or 3 throws away, a lot of people say, from being a Super Bowl champ.
Yeah.
I have San Francisco at 3.
Okay.
They still have, Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
They still got that running back core.
Yeah. Raheem Mostert.
Yeah. Good offensive line. Everyone says a great coach in Mr. Shanahan.
Yeah.
No question. Coached them to a Super Bowl.
Who was the receiver they drafted?
Oh, you put me on the spot here. I know they got.
Not Henry Ruggs. I can't. It was one of the top receivers too. I can't remember which one it was. Ian.
Is it not Judy?
No, he's with the Raiders, isn't he? CeeDee Lamb's with the Cowboys.
Oh, they took Kinlaw on their first pick. Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good.
Yep.
He was in that conversation.
He was a first-round pick.
Yeah.
So there's talent there.
Yeah.
It's been to a Super Bowl before. And like you said, they didn't do anything to knock themselves back.
Yeah.
San Fran at number 3.
Okay. I think our top 2 are the same based on who we haven't said so far.
Yeah.
Unless
what order?
one of us is just way off. No, I've been saying a lot, you're the champs until you're not the champs. and I'm going to go against that here. The Chiefs are number 2. The only reason they're number 2 is it's so hard to repeat overall, I think. And there's got to be a little Super Bowl hangover here. We don't have repeat champions other than the Patriots in the NFL. So I'm gonna put them at number 2.
I'm going to use your logic. The first part of it that was logical. They haven't
not the illogical part.
Right. The first part was logical, and then you contradict yourself.
I know.
Yeah. Baltimore's 2. Kansas City is 1.
Yeah. Same. I got them flipped.
Yeah.
I mean,
can they both take a step back and still be and still be great?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
By the end of the year, we might have both of them too high.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Things
just
change
don't
every
know.
week. But
You're one quarterback injury away from being totally out of this top 16.
Mahomes got paid.
Yeah.
I think both teams, you could argue, got a little better.
They didn't get worse.
A little bit, right.
I mean, so
And they were
therefore
pretty
it's
darn
going to
good last
yeah.
year.
So therefore, I the only thing I can think, it's going to take like a series of injuries to make them worse.
Breathe. We made it. It's our top 16 NFL edition 4.0. This is real life. They're playing real games.
This is not preseason
tomorrow.
anymore.
This is like, we'll put this on social media. We'll talk about it. You can critique it, whatever you want to do. It's football season. We'll be right back. We're going to get a quick preview what we think's going to happen between the Lions and the Bears Sunday afternoon. That game will be on the Cave at 1 o'clock, so be sure to tune in for that next week. We'll be back 14 more minutes inside the Cave, so stay right here with John Roberts and yours truly, Ian Wendt.
Hey, Natasha, that sounds familiar. Could you be attending Hospice of Lenaway's amazing Throwdown Road Rally on October 3rd?
I need to get out and have fun. I'll get to drive my own car, solve clues with my friends. I'm there. Can you give me some hints?
No, but I can tell you that Old National Bank is the Throwdown Master sponsor, that it will start at 4 p.m. and will finish with an amazing drive-through dinner.
Where will it start and where will it end? I feel like I've said those words before.
Purchase your ticket and you will be given your start location, but you won't know where it ends until you solve your final clue.
Story of my life. How much are tickets?
$50 per person. That includes the road rally, dinner, and more.
More?
There will be an opportunity to support online as well. Just check our website at hospiceoflenaway.org for details.
I got this. Call Hospice of Lenaway at 517-263-2323 for tickets and choose your team members.
I can't wait to see you at the final stop.
I'll be there.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance all from one agency? Well, that's where the D.S. Johnson & Associates comes in. They can help protect what is important to you. So why not simplify your life? See the D.S. Johnson & Associates in Adrian, Morenci, or Monroe, or give them a call today at 517-263-2582. Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio, subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
Is your vehicle so dirty that little kids are writing wash me notes on it?
My hands are all dirty.
Is your wife ashamed to ride with you?
Let's take my car.
Is your vehicle so dirty that it looks like it's a different color?
I thought your car was white.
Then it's time to go to Sudsy Does a Car Wash. We know you want your car to look great, so try Sudsy Does a Car Wash in Tecumseh.
Sudsy Does a Car Wash, Gary's Quick Lube too.
ProMed Uniform is celebrating 25 years of business. ProMed Uniform's commitment to Lenawee County's healthcare, EMS, police, and fire personnel has always been a top priority. On sale now, in stock 511 tactical pants 10% off. ProMed has an extensive inventory of medical scrubs, Barco, Grey's Anatomy, and Wonder Wing all in stock. All scrubs are currently 20% off their already low prices. ProMed Uniform will match or beat any competitor's price, including websites or catalogs. Medical, fire, EMS, and restaurant attire. Check them out on Facebook and at 937 West Beecher in Adrian.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
I'm Stan the Man, I am, and I have to say it feels quite warm outside today. But summer thunderstorms are now the norm, and older roofs can spring leaks. Pesky roof leaks can creep and seep and make your walls and ceilings weep. Flat roofs are steep. The cats in the blue hats at Diversified Roofing can fix that straight away. Call 1-800-668-1928 today, and we'll make those leaks all go away. With Diversified's fair rates, rebates, and financing that's great, that's 1-800-668-1928. You won't get taken for a ride when you call Diversified. We're Master Elite certified and GAF roofing that's tried and true. We're state licensed and fully insured too. Your roof's installed professionally with honesty and pride when you call Diversified at 1-800-668-1928. Here's our website too for you. For Stan the Man and the cats in the blue hats, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com. Again, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com.
When trades are made, when records are broken, when championships lay in the balance, we've got you covered. 96.5 The Cave.
We're back. 10 minutes till 9 o'clock inside the cave. My name is Ian Wentz. John Roberts sitting across the way from me. We've been just action-packed these last 2 hours. In case you're just tuning in, we went through NBA top 5, NHL top 4, talked Lions a little bit, NFL top 16, local sports. Is Adrian going to play Tecumseh this year? Right now, no. But I think the door is open. How open? Enough to see the hallway light? I don't know. Can you fit your foot in the door before it closes? We talked about Madison going back with Taz Wallace for this season for their football team. What that could mean for Madison. But it's the last, 5 minutes or so of our show. There's NFL football Thursday. The Lions play Sunday home against Chicago. John, they're 3-point favorites. They being the Lions. Over under 43.5. What do those numbers mean to you? Are they close? What do you think?
I think you're probably pretty close. I don't think it'll be a tremendously high scoring game. I say that, and it'll be 30-something to 20-something. Both teams have shown the ability to score at times. Chicago, coming into the game, I would guess most people would say are better defensively. There's probably a lot of people saying, how are the Lions favored in this one? Based on last year. I think the Lions win it. I could see it. It's going to be right close to that number. I mean, I'm thinking like a 21-17 final, something like that. If I had to make a score prediction somewhere in that, I think the Lions win it.
Yeah, I think there's trouble in Chicago.
Well,
they traded
think
for Nick Foles.
Yeah,
and he is not going to start Week 1. They're going back with Mitch Trubisky unless that changes last minute.
Yeah.
But they're appearing to start Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
Now, the good thing about, football is your defense doesn't play the other team's defense.
Right.
The Lions' strength is their offense.
Right.
The Bears' strength is their defense.
It's going to be
who's
how
more prepared.
Right. It's going to be how the Lions defense does against the Bears offense and vice versa. I think that determines this game. I don't know. I got a better feeling about the Lions in this one.
So you got them by you got.
If I were a betting man, I would give the points and bet the under. I think it's going to be like 21-17, something like that.
Yeah, I'd go the same route as you, John, but I think it's more than 4.
No,
I got a feeling about this.
You think the Lions are going to beat them bad
I
by
think
more than
Stafford's
a touchdown?
Ready. I'm going between 7 to 10.
Wow.
Point win for Detroit.
Wow.
The Bears are a mess.
Well,
that quarterback situation is a mess.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we won't have time to talk about it till it happens, this game, but I think seeing a Lions 20-10 win, 2013.
So the Lions defense steps up big.
No, the Bears offense
or the
is just
ineptitude of the
Yes. Yep. Matt Stafford's ready to go. The Bears defense, not so much. I like going with the under because when you start the year, normally the defense seems more prepared than the offense in most cases when you get into the season. So going the under makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I like the under. If I were a betting man, I'd probably bet the under in the 43.5.
Yeah. So you're thinking like a 21-17
That's
Lions
kind of
win?
right in there somewhere, 2016, something like that, 21-17.
I think it's much more ugly for Chicago.
I hope you're
questions
right.
Start early.
I
for
hope
them.
you're right.
Lions come out and they prove people wrong here to start the season.
I think
They're
the
home.
Lions.
This is important. They need to win this thing.
Yeah,
You
they got a
mentioned
tough
off the
first
air,
4 games.
They got a tough first 4. That's it for the show. We're done.
We have to be?
Yeah.
All right.
Contractually obligated to leave the studio at 9 o'clock, but we got to get to a break. Last hour of the DA show coming up next. We do appreciate all of you out there listening on the
Absolutely.
air and online. A big show today. A lot of prep work. Big thanks to John for putting that together. We had a lot to do. We got it done.
We did.
A lot of things happening. So have a great weekend.
Go
Enjoy
Lions.
some football. Go Lions. Real quick, who you got tomorrow? Houston or Kansas City?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
We got a picks contest. You can't be asking me that kind of stuff. You're trying to see who my picks are.
Well, I got the same pick.
Okay.
All right, that's it for us. I'll be back next Wednesday. JR will be back on Monday.
I'm assuming.
Inside the Cave. Have a good one.
You have come to count on Citizens Gas Fuel Company to provide your home or business with natural gas for all your daily needs. However, did you know that Citizens Gas is much more than your local gas utility? Citizens also offers comprehensive sales and service departments dedicated to serving you. The next time you're in the market for a gas appliance such as a water heater, gas grill, or space heater, give them a call at 517-265-2144. And service doesn't end after the sale. Citizens' experienced service technicians can install your purchase for you. Just ask the customer service representative to schedule an appointment for a service technician to give you an estimate. Or if you encounter unexpected problems with a major home appliance, such as a furnace, water heater, dryer, range, or even air conditioner, give them a call at 517-265-2144 and schedule an appointment today. Citizens Gas will provide you with fast, friendly, and reliable service. So remember, Citizens Gas Fuel Company in downtown Adrian, your local gas company, and more.
As you feel the blades of grass tickle your bare feet, a subtle breeze stirs the green leaves overhead. There you are, sipping a cold drink, admiring the beauty and solitude of your own landscaped backyard. The realization has set in. Calling Sealers Landscape and Design was the best and easiest decision you've ever made. Their 3D design program brought your paradise to life. Now for the tough decision. Where to put the hammock. Call Sealers Landscape and Design at 442-4823 for a free estimate today.
At the CPA firm of Donna Baker and Associates, they aren't just available at tax time. They're available all year long, providing expertise in a large range of individual and business services, including federal and state tax returns, startup planning, and consultation. Directing you through today's complex and ever-changing tax and accounting environments takes more than a once-a-year service. Donna Baker and Associates, partnering with clients to build a successful future. Find them in downtown Adrian, on Facebook, and online at donnabakercpa.com.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man. Grab
a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.